Assalamualaikum and very good evening. My name is Yusuf Iskandar bin Muhammad Rahim. Okay, today my group will present about electrical installation system. Before that, let me introduce my group member. That is Ahmad Aiman bin Isran Sufyan, Saidatul Irdiana binti Zainul Hisham, and Nur Razin bin Helmi. Now we go to the introduction. Electrical installation is the main thing in construction, as we know that every building has facilities that require of electricity such as fan, conditioner, lights and many other facilities. That's why electrical installation is very important to every construction. Second, electrical installation is the system that include conductor, insulator and electrical accessories. Third, installation system according to method and material. Okay, each construction has its own characteristic. Therefore, each material and method used must be in according with the suitability of the building. Now we go to the next slide. There are few types of electrical wiring in Malaysia. First, open wiring. Second, hidden wiring. Third, conduit wiring. Firstly, we go to the open wiring. Open wiring can be mounted directly to a wooden ceiling or wall, so it is more easier in construction to make installation. It also suitable to be placed at a temperature that not exceeding 65 degrees because it will be exposed to mechanical damage. So that's why it can be used at temperature below than 65 degrees. Third, this installation using clip as support. It is material that support the cable not to hanging and look neat. But make sure the clip is not made from iron because iron is able to conduct electricity. Now we go to the advantages and disadvantages of using open wiring. For the advantages, first, it's suitable for small installation, easy installation and does not take long time to installation. However, it's low cost of installation. And lastly, look neat and clean. For the disadvantages, it's exposed to mechanical damage because it's very open to the very different temperature. It's also not suitable for hot and humid temperature like wind, rain, because it's very open to mechanical damage like I said before this. And lastly, durability is non-durable.
I'm going to talk about hidden wiring. Okay. Hidden wiring can be used when carrying low voltage such as garage door opening control, outdoor ground lighting and many more. Okay, next, it also can be installed in concrete walls and ceilings. Then it's performed in the early stage of construction. Okay, advantage. First, safe and not exposed to mechanical damage. Second, does not require special additional tools or support. And third, can survive for a long time. The disadvantage. Additionally, work is difficult to implement and it's also difficult to determine the cause of the damage. And the installation should be done while the building is under construction. Okay, conduit wiring. The space of a conduit should be a factor in the selection in the wiring. The method that uses tube to protect and direct electrical outlets to building. It also can be installed on any open surface or hidden surface. For now, the advantage and disadvantage. Okay, have better protection from other wiring. High resistance to weather and temperature, can be placed directly into the ground, durable and not easily damaged. Disadvantage. Skilled worker required for the installation. It requires special equipment and it's a bit expensive and high cost for this wiring. Type of conduit. Electrical conduit is or piping system that protect wires and cable from impact, moisture, and vapor. It is a path for either power or communication. It means low voltage electric wiring. It is usually tubular and made of metal, such as galvanized steel, stainless steel, aluminium, or non-metallic materials like plastic. And it either rigid or flexible. Special type of conduit are required for wet area and hazard area. First type is PVC conduit. Second type is steel conduit, and the third one is flexible conduit, and the fourth is flexible conduit. For the advantage of all type of conduit, first, it protects electrical wires from damage due to abuse or accident. Second, it can allow for cables to be easily pulled to inaccessible areas in the future, like inside finishing walls. And number 3, it allows wiring change to be made simpler and safer. Number 4, it can be made waterproof or submersible. And number 5, it can be sealed to provide protection from the fire and explosion hazard. For flexible metal conduit, flexible metal conduit is a typical available in diameters between 3 or 8 inches and 3 inches, but larger size can sometimes be found. It is made by coiling self-interlocked aluminium or steel strip, which form a hollow tube that wires can be pulled through. FMC comes in the standard wall, sometimes called full wall thickness or a reduced wall thickness. Most manufacturers also produce an extra flexible FMC for tighter band reducers, but this is generally not UL approved. PVC conduit, it was type of metal conduit. It used in area where metals can cause problem. It is also used when it will be in contact with water, such as below ground or encased in concrete. PVC conduit will not rush or corrode when exposed to water. However, it is important to note that non-metallic conduit will not serve as a redundant ground conductor, so you need to review local codes to ensure that non-metallic conduit is accessible for your application.
Hello to Sir Eric. My name is Ahmad Aiman bin Rizwan Tupian. I am from DKA 5C and I will present about the solar energy. Okay, the definition of solar energy. Solar energy is using the sunlight heat to generate the renewable or green power, which is in the solar energy we use the electricity power. And how they use the solar energy is by arrange the solar panel into a large space. Then the third one is cell are created from the semiconductor. So when the sun rays hit the solar panel, it will loosen the electron. So the electron will transfer to electricity power. And the next one is the type of solar panel. They have 3 types of solar panel. The first one is monocrystalline, and the second one is polycrystalline, and the last one is thin film. Okay, the difference between these 3 types of solar panel is, okay, the first one is monocrystalline. Okay, if you see a panel with a black cell, and of course it's most likely a monocrystalline panel, and this cell appear into black because they how light interact into the pure silicon crystal. Okay, the second one is polycrystalline solar panel. Okay, it similarly to monocrystalline, but the difference of polycrystalline panel is a bag of sheet and the frame. Okay, the frame of polycrystalline panel are silver, and the back sheet of polycrystalline solar panel is silver or white. Okay, the last one is the thin film solar panel. Okay, the biggest different thing of solar panel is how thin and low profile the technology is. Um, okay, this is because the cells within this panel are roughly 350 times thinner than the other two type of panel, and then that's why it's called thin film solar panel. The next slide is advantages and disadvantages of solar panel. Okay, the first one is renewable energy source. Okay, what is called is renewable energy. Okay, renewable energy is the energy from a source that is not depleted when used, such as wind power or solar power. Okay, the next one of advantages is reduce electricity bill. Okay, if you use the solar panel energy, of course it can reduce the electricity bill because they only use the sun's lights to generate the power. And then the last one is low maintenance cost. Okay, the maintenance of the solar panel is only the solar panel because they only use the sunlight. So the maintenance of the solar panel is only on the panels. Okay, the first one is disadvantages. Okay, the first one is cost. Okay, the cost is more higher because of the variety of material. The material of to make a solar panel is silicon wafer and cadmium telluride. Okay, so this is the reason why they have high cost to make a solar panel. Okay, and the next one is weather dependent. Okay, solar panel only use the sun's lights to generate the power. So if there's no sun, they can generate the energy power. And the last one is they use a lot of space because they almost arrange the solar energy into the edge to edge, and if you can see, they almost arrange the solar panel in a large field or a roof or on the house. Okay, so that is advantages and disadvantages of solar panel.
What is wind power? The use of the wind to provide mechanical power through the wind turbine to turn electric generator for electrical power. Wind power is a popular source of power that has a much smaller impact on the environment compared to burning fossil fuels. Next, we will talk about the wind in electrical installation system. Take advantage of wind power is a great example of green technology. Wind energy is usually associated with wind farm, but small-scale windmills offer a great way to use green technology like this in residential area. Offshore wind turbine provides stable and reliable clean energy for the use of consumable in residential area. Next, we will talk about the advantage of the wind power. Firstly, environmental benefit. Benefit that improve the water quality and air quality, increase in biodiversity and habitat protection, and reduction in greenhouse gases. Next is wind is a clean fuel source. Wind turbine obviously create energy without generating pollution that result from burning coal, gas and petroleum. There are various disadvantages of the wind energy. Firstly, wind energy is inconsistent. The consistent of the wind energy is changed every day because of the nature. Next, the local bird population may be reduced. Wind turbines are particularly disadvantaged to the local bird species. A lot of birds died as a result of the turbine blade has been reported at that area. This can be wipe out the population of various bird